Bitcoin was once again pumping yesterday and even managed to break the $52,000 mark for the first time in 2 years. Today it's going up and down 52k, keeps getting rejected a little above that threshold, which is a crucial level both on the daily and the weekly chart. Now 2 days ago I shared a video expressing my thoughts on why there's a high chance of a correction in the upcoming days. I'll be sharing it in one of the top corners of this video, and now I'm going to give you a few more things to think of why we could soon see the red candle show up. First off, the big news. Genesis got approval from the court to sell its shares of the grayscale Bitcoin ETF, valued at around 1.3 billion. Just to compare, back in the days with the FTX drama, they sold around 1 billion GBTC and the price went down from 49k to 39k, a 10k move to the downside. That of course is just a reminder. If Genesis were to sell the whole amount right now, the price won't react the same way, as most of the selling pressure will be absorbed by the ETFs, which have been buying like crazy. Also, the US government filed a notice to sell another 150 million worth of Bitcoin. Not big enough compared to Genesis or what ETFs are buying, but maybe when we combine them with the rest of the information I am about to give you, it may be enough to stop the crazy momentum Bitcoin has now. Also, keep in mind the US government still possesses almost 11 billion worth of seized Bitcoin, and we have no idea of when and if they are going to dump it into the market. Now, another hot topic is the results for the CPI, or the inflation in the US. It didn't go down to 2.9% as the forecast. It stayed at 3.1, keeping the sentiment that inflation is not going anywhere soon. And that's actually bad, because the Fed seems to be doing a bad job at controlling the inflation, which may change their decision on when they are going to pivot. And the more they keep the rates high, the bigger the chance of a collapse for the entire economy. Core inflation also stayed at 3.9 for the last 2 months, showing how sticky the inflation is, and the moment it was released, the S&P and Nasdaq reacted with a pullback. And since we are on such topic, the UK officially falls into recession. And not only the UK, but also Japan. The fact that two gigantic economies are officially in a recession is what bothers me. Because let's be real, most countries are heavily struggling right now. A lot of governments are manipulating their country's data, for example inflation. I know at least 5 countries that have an official inflation of, let's say, 5%, but in reality it's more than 15. Prices of everything is skyrocketing and people are struggling with their expenses. Things are getting ugly, and watching Bitcoin's price go up without having in mind the macroeconomic situation would be a huge mistake. Basically, everything that is moving the market now is the inflows from the ETFs. I don't know about you guys, but I don't see the new wave of people yet. Most of the people around me know I am a Bitcoiner, as I have been trying to make them buy for years. Now at more than 50k and so much hype around the space, I am still not getting that many questions like in the previous bull market, for example. There is none of that FOMO like back then, like where can I buy? Is it a good time to go all in now? Will it pull back so I can buy and all that? Anyway, to not look like a complete bear, I want to go over one chart that is extremely bullish for me. People are getting out of gold, allocating their assets in other places, and some of those places are of course Bitcoin. The fact that people are leaving gold, which has been historically the best asset to own during tough times like recession and wars, which we are both witnessing right now, is like selling your Bitcoin before the halving. It's crazy. And this is just the start. Bitcoin will take market capitalization from gold, real estate, stocks, bonds, basically everything. If you haven't watched the previous video, I will leave it in the description below. I am also soon posting a very cool video why is Bitcoin actually good for the environment. So if you want to get notified when that goes live, consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks again for watching and see you next time.